Hey, welcome back to another episode of SBC Football Talk. I'm Ryan here with Ro, Eli, and Anthony. Today we're going to be talking about Super Bowl contenders. Now, Eli, who do you think are some teams that could make the Super Bowl?
I think the Chiefs could honestly go for a three-peat, to be honest with you. They have a really strong team this year, and I think Patrick Mahomes does the impossible every year, and I think he can, drive his team to another victory.
Okay, Anthony, what do you think?
I think the Texans are a really good contender. C.J. Stroud coming off of a hot rookie season, and they just acquired Stephon Diggs in the offseason, and I don't see any reason for why they'd be slowing down as a team. So I can see them making a run.
I agree with you on that. The Texans are a rebuilding team with C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, and their new addition, Stephon Diggs, who had a horrible second half of the season with the Buffalo Bills, but had a great first half with the Buffalo Bills. So I think this new addition of Stephon Diggs will help them lead to the Super Bowl, and they will eventually end up winning it. But I don't think it's going to be this year, but they could make a run for it. So I would think that the Detroit Lions would probably win the Super Bowl because they have like a young team, and they've been to the NFC Championship before against the San Francisco 49ers, but ended up losing the game. But I think the Detroit Lions are a team that are ferocious and will come out of the NFC North as champions and try to, be as competitive as they were in their division last year, like they're going to be this year.
Yeah, I think in the NFC it's really one of three teams. It's either going to be the 49ers, the Eagles, or the Lions. You have the Cowboys, but inevitably they're going to choke in the playoffs as they always do. So I think in the AFC, though, it's very different. You have the Texans, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills. All these teams, these are just some of the teams that could make a run to the AFC Championship game and further.
What do you guys think about some of more of the sleeper teams that could kind of creep their way up? I know the Bears, they had a good offseason. What do you guys think about them and their potential?
I don't think the Bears will make a run for the Super Bowl, but I could see them slipping into the playoffs, but the Bears' ability to develop a quarterback really makes me iffy about them because they've not managed to develop even good quarterbacks. I think Justin Fields is still a good quarterback. I think they just ruined him entirely, honestly. I think it was the Bears' fault.
I think it fully depends on if Caleb Williams is good or not, because other than quarterback, they have a great roster, something they would never build for Justin Fields. Like, they went out and got Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, DeAndre Swift, and they have a pretty good defense, re-signing Jalen Johnson. So I think they could make the playoffs, but I think Super Bowl is going to have to wait a few more years.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think, obviously, the Super Bowl is going to have to wait. I think this team needs a few years to develop and really reach their full potential. But I think the signings they've made really is helping the rebuild and developing a core for them.
Yeah.
It looks like we got a call coming in here. Please state your name and where you're from.
I'm Chandler Simons. I'm from Chicago. I'm a huge Bears fan, and I was wondering how many more years do you think it would take before the Bears could be classified as a Super Bowl contender?
That's a good question. I'll answer that first. I think the Bears would probably win a Super Bowl in 5 years because, this offense has some questions this year. So like you said a minute ago, is Caleb Williams good? He's got to prove himself in training camp to earn the spot, or else it's going to be Jacoby Brissett who's going to make the start. And it's probably going to be this is a rebuilding franchise. And they could be sneaky this year, but I think the Chicago Bears will be making the playoffs in 5 years.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is their team's going to need a little more experience. We saw the Lions in the NFC Championship game this year. First time in the playoffs in a long time. So it takes a little, experience from Caleb Williams and that whole Bears team.
Yeah, like I said before, it's going to take them a few years, but I do think that they have two great quarterbacks. In training camp, they have Tyson Bagent and Caleb Williams, and we'll have to see how Caleb develops, but I think it could take them 2 to 6 years. I think with free agents in the upcoming season, they're going to make some more signings and keep this team going in the right direction.
For me, it's if Caleb Williams does good, I could see it, like you said, 2 or 3 years, but if Caleb Williams struggles, then who knows how long it'll take for them to become a stellar team, but like I said earlier, I just don't know if the Bears will be able to develop a quarterback. They've struggled. So, a really long time until the Super Bowl is my answer.
Well, that's it for SBC football talk. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Today's show is sponsored by Major League Wiffle Ball. Catch a game this summer at a stadium near you.